Dear friend, if you're in your 50s or 60s and you've ever caught your reflection in the mirror and thought, "I'm not who I used to be," you're not alone. I've heard those exact words from countless women in my fitting room. And believe me, that space is more than a place to pick out a dress. It's where women pause and really see themselves again, inside and out. I'll never forget Maria. She was 85, with silver hair as soft as morning mist and eyes that lit up the room. Her skin, smooth and glowing, you'd think she was in her early 60s, but she never had any surgery. No shelves full of pricey creams. Every day all she used was castor oil and baking soda, not to fight aging, but to honor it. What moved me most wasn't how youthful she looked. It was how she moved through life. Gently, graciously, like she was cradling a blooming flower in her hands, because real beauty doesn't come from a jar. It's in the way you treat yourself. It's in the warm splash of water on your face each morning. In the unhurried moment you smooth oil into your skin with care. In the quiet joy of picking out a dress not to impress others, but to feel radiant in your own eyes. I used to think fashion was about trends and tailoring. But after 20 years as a designer, here's what I've learned. True style is how you live with yourself. Castor oil and baking soda aren't magic. They're symbols. Symbols of something beautifully simple. You deserve to be cared for, with gentleness, consistency, and love. So if you're looking for a more graceful, grounded, and glowing path after 50, we're here to walk it with you. Subscribe to Bold After 50, a space where every wrinkle is a late blooming flower and every woman can shine in her own light. Because beauty doesn't fade with time. It's just waiting for you to call it by name. Your skin is part of your style. Love it the way you'd choose a dress. Let's be honest. You can wear the most beautiful dress, the perfect heels, and carry the fanciest bag. But if your skin feels dry, rough, or tired, something just won't feel right. It's like there's a missing link between your style and your spirit. I've met so many women in their 50s and 60s in my fitting room. Beautiful, smart, full of life, but often walking in with the same kind of questions. What can I wear to hide my neck wrinkles? Is there anything that covers these sun spots on my arms? And you know what I always tell them? Before we even talk about dresses, accessories, or colors, I ask them to pause and take a moment with their skin. Because your skin is the first fabric you put on every day, and it deserves to be treated with the same attention you'd give to choosing the perfect material for a beautiful gown. Skin after 50. A silent story of strength. As we age, our skin changes. It's not about looking worse. It's about reflecting everything we've lived through. After 50, collagen production slows down. That means skin loses firmness, elasticity, and natural hydration. Years of sun exposure and oxidation create uneven tone, age spots, and thinner, more delicate skin, especially around the neck, hands, and arms. And that's completely normal. But just like a fine silk blouse needs special care, your skin deserves that same gentle attention. The more mature the fabric, the more beautiful it becomes with the right care. The fashion perspective. Skin is your true foundation. As a designer, I've never seen someone truly glow in a beautiful outfit if their skin has been forgotten. A silky dress doesn't feel quite as elegant if it's worn over rough, dull skin. A wide neckline won't radiate confidence if the chest feels dry and shadowed. Think of your skin like the foundation of your entire look, your personal canvas. You wouldn't rush through choosing fabric for a custom gown, right? So don't rush through how you care for the skin you live in. The moment a woman starts caring for her skin with love and respect, her whole presence changes. Her walk becomes more grounded. Her eyes shine brighter. And she stands in front of the mirror with something deeper than confidence. She shines with self-recognition. Castor oil, the hidden style secret. Back when I designed for runway shows, where everything had to be flawless under the spotlight, I picked up a tip from older models. Before putting on a single piece of clothing, they prepped their skin, not with foundation or shimmer, but with something simpler, castor oil. This thick, natural oil is packed with ricinoleic acid, which helps lock in moisture, soften the skin, and restore its glow. Warm it gently, then smooth it over dry areas, like your neck, hands, elbows, even your heels, and you'll notice something magical. Your skin drinks it in, and in return gives back a soft, dewy glow, almost like it's been gently lit from within. From a fashion perspective, it's a powerful styling trick. When your skin is hydrated and glowing, it reflects natural light like silk. You don't need highlighters or expensive spa treatments. You just need a few minutes and a little love, a tiny ritual that changes everything. I always encourage my older clients to create a simple little ritual each morning. Before you pick out your dress or your earrings, before you apply lipstick, take 2 minutes. Warm up a small amount of castor oil in your palms. Gently press it into your skin, your neck, your arms, wherever you typically hide. Do it in front of a window in the soft morning light. Let it feel like a quiet hello to your body. No rush, no pressure, just presence. It doesn't have to be a big routine. It just has to be yours. Because no expensive cream can compete with a woman who loves her own skin with her own hands. And if you're thinking, I don't have time for this, or I'm not sure where to start, don't worry. You don't need a spa. You don't need a complicated routine. Sometimes the real magic doesn't come from a treatment room. It comes from your own kitchen. In the next episode, we'll talk about how everyday ingredients, like lemon, honey, or Himalayan salt, can become part of your personal skin wardrobe. Simple, nourishing, and full of love. And if this message spoke to you, don't forget to hit subscribe to Bold after. The real magic isn't in the spa, it's in your kitchen. Some women spend hundreds of dollars a month trying to save their skin. But sometimes, what you really need is just a spoonful of oil and a pinch of powder from your own kitchen. Hard to believe. Real beauty doesn't always come from a fancy spa. Often, it's born out of the simple, almost sacred rituals we create in our everyday lives. I once had a client, a retired pianist, 62 years old. She had the most beautiful salt and pepper hair and an elegant, understated sense of style. But when she came to see me, there was worry in her eyes. She told me, I'm afraid I look too old. My skin just doesn't feel like mine anymore. I've tried every cream, I go to the spa monthly, but I still don't feel beautiful. I didn't take her to the skincare aisle. I didn't recommend a $100 serum or a miracle cream. Instead, I brought her to the kitchen. Yes, the same kitchen where I learned my first self-care recipes from my grandmother. I poured a little castor oil into my palm, warmed it up gently, and massaged it onto the back of her hand. Her eyes lit up. How is my skin this soft already? She whispered. That was the moment she realized. The magic isn't in the glamour. It's in choosing to love yourself again, in the most ordinary, quiet way. One spoon of oil, a minimalist's beauty secret. Here's the truth. After 50, our skin starts to lose its natural oils and collagen. It becomes thinner, drier, and less elastic. What your skin needed in your 30s, brightening, deep cleansing, sun defense, might not be what it needs now. Think of it like choosing fabric for an evening gown. At this stage of life, skin doesn't need glitter. It needs softness, care, and respect. That's why I love castor oil. It's humble, it's simple, and it works. This oil is rich in ricinoleic acid, a fatty acid that helps lock in moisture, soothe inflammation, and soften the skin. It's not just another oil. It's like the silk lining inside a designer dress. No one sees it, but without it, the whole look loses its grace. I call castor oil nature's glow serum. It doesn't leave your face shiny or sticky, it just makes your skin look quietly happy. And here's a little tip I often share. Before you pick out your outfit in the morning, warm a few drops of castor oil in your palms and gently press it into your hands, your neck, your cheekbones. You'll feel like you're dressing your skin in elegance, even before the clothes go on. A pinch of baking soda, a gentle reset. I know baking soda gets a bad rap. Some think it's too harsh for the skin. But when used with care, just a pinch, once a week, it becomes a gentle exfoliator that brings tired skin back to life. Mix a tiny amount with water or honey, and you've got yourself a skin reset. It removes dull surface cells, revealing a soft glow, like your skin just took a deep, fresh breath. I often tell my clients, you don't need a spa to exfoliate. You just need 5 minutes and a little self-love. And we're better to practice that than in your kitchen. The same place you cook for your loved ones can become the space where you nourish yourself, not just to look better, but because you deserve to feel cherished. Designing beauty, not with products, but with rituals. As a fashion designer for women over 50, here's one thing I've learned. Not everyone who wears beautiful clothes looks beautiful. True beauty shines through the women who care for the little things, their skin, their smile, their spirit. I never design a collection with 10 over-the-top layers. I always start with the foundation, quality fabric, clean seams, a flattering silhouette. And I treat skincare the same way. You don't need a 10-step routine, just 2 things. A great nourishing oil and a kind heart looking back at you in the mirror. Simplicity isn't lack, it's intention. It's choosing what matters, just like decluttering a room so you can finally see what's truly beautiful. Taking care of your skin doesn't start with a bottle of cream. It starts with how you see yourself each morning. And beauty, it's not hidden in luxury or complexity. It lives in the quiet rhythm of simple, loving rituals. The kind that feel sacred because they are. In the next part, I'll share another side of ageless style. Style is a ritual, not a product. Let's start designing your own rituals, because a pretty dress can't make a woman radiant. But a beautiful habit, oh yes, it absolutely can. Style is a ritual, not a product. Create one that's truly yours. You don't need a closet full of clothes or a vanity packed with beauty products. What you do need is a ritual. Simple, steady, and uniquely yours. I still remember the first time I visited Maria's home. She was 85, with sparkling eyes and a smile that felt like morning sunlight. There was no massive walk-in closet, no shelves overflowing with lotions and potions. Just a small wooden table by the window. On it, a round mirror, a neatly folded linen cloth, a small amber glass bottle of oil, and a sprig of dried lavender. Nothing extra, everything intentional. She called it her soul's dressing room. Each morning, she didn't rush through a 12-step skincare routine. She'd wash her face with warm water, pat it dry with the linen cloth, and gently press a few drops of oil into her cheeks. "I wear my skin," she said, "the way I wear a dress, light, fitted, and natural." Only after that did she choose her outfit. A loose olive dress, tiny teardrop earrings, and a swipe of lipstick, not to look younger, but to feel like herself that day. In the evening, the ritual returned. She'd sit by the same mirror, take off each piece of jewelry like stepping out of a roll, wipe away the day's makeup, and slowly apply her night oil, like she was slipping into a gown made of moonlight. I want you to hear this clearly. Style doesn't come from what others see on you. It grows from how you feel in the moments you care for yourself. When skincare stops being about anti-aging and becomes about honoring your age, that's when everything changes. That's when beauty shifts from being something you buy to something you embody. As a designer, I used to pour all my creativity into sketching clothes. But after 50, I learned something bigger. The most elegant design isn't on paper, it's in the rhythm of your life. So here's something simple I suggest to all my clients over 50. Create a small skincare ritual corner. Just for you. It doesn't have to be fancy. A cozy spot by the morning light. A mirror at the right height so you can greet your face with kindness. Maybe a bottle of castor oil or rosehip oil. A soft towel to dry your hands. And if you like, a little plant or candle to soften the space. This isn't a home spa. It's a personal ceremony. A daily place to remind yourself, I deserve to be cared for, to be loved, not for anyone else, but for me. Now, some people say, I don't have time for small rituals like that. But let me gently remind you, real style doesn't come from what you wear out there. It comes from what you do when no one's watching. When I help a woman choose an outfit, I don't ask, what do you want to wear? I ask, how do you want to feel tomorrow morning? And that question isn't just about clothing. It applies to your skin, your space, your habits, your energy. Because rituals shape us. They shape our presence, define our beauty, and remind us of our worth. Just look at Maria, 85 years old. She's not clinging to youth. She walks with time. And in return, time seems to walk gently with her. In the next part, we'll talk more about that, how women over 60 don't need to fight time. They only need to walk alongside it like an old friend. And when you understand that, women over 60 don't need to fight time. They just need to walk beside it. You don't need to trick time. You just need to talk to it, like an old friend who's walked beside you through sunshine and storms, heartbreaks and healing. Instead of rushing to cover up the years, try layering on kindness. Like tending to a garden that hasn't bloomed in a while, not because it's forgotten, but because it's waiting for the right season. I'll never forget a moment I shared with Isabel, one of my clients who was 70 at the time. She walked into my studio quietly, placed her hand on a soft ivory silk, looked at me and simply said, "Don't make me look younger. Make me look beautiful for the age I am." Her words pierced my heart like a sewing needle straight through fabric. reminding me of the question I've asked myself for years. How can we help women feel truly beautiful without asking them to erase their age? Not everyone understands this. Some beauty only reveals itself once you've lived enough to appreciate silence and to know what truly matters. She nurtures herself like an old garden. I once heard this line in an old video, and it stuck with me. Self-care shouldn't be about chasing trends. It should be a journey inward, where every wrinkle is a root and every glance is a blooming petal. Aging doesn't take beauty away. It transforms it. Like a garden in autumn, no longer bursting with spring green, but now rich, deep, and quietly breathtaking. From a designer's eye. True beauty is slow, soulful, and sincere. As a designer, I used to think style was all about shape, color, and flair. But after years of working with women in their 50s and 60s, I've learned something deeper. Style doesn't live in a dress. It lives in how a woman walks into the world each morning. And what have these women taught me most? They don't need anti-aging trends. What they need is a ritual, a gentle rhythm that moves from skin to spirit. From the hairbrush on the dresser to the silk scarf laid gently by the bed. From skincare to self-care, make it your rhythm. Sure, you can use castor oil, baking soda, or any natural remedy that speaks to you. But don't just use them like tricks. Use them like conversations with yourself. When you massage your skin in the morning, don't do it to erase time. Do it to awaken the glow that already lives within you. At night, when you wipe off your makeup, don't just cleanse. Release. Let go of the day's roles. Come home to the woman underneath. Try living like a quiet symphony, morning, skin, dress, sunshine. Evening. Cleanse, nourish, stillness. You don't need to be young again. You just need to be deeper. I once told a young design student, if you make a dress that makes a 25-year-old feel sexy, that's skill. But if your dress makes a 65-year-old woman feel like she's entering a brand new chapter, that's art. The same is true for you. You don't need to become someone else. You don't need to cling to the youth that's past. You need to redesign your life, like an autumn garden, no longer loud, but stunning in a whole new way. A gentle word from someone who listens to every fold of time. If you're in your 60s, stop trying to turn back time. Pause, breathe, touch your skin with curiosity, look into eyes that have seen half a century, and then choose one small thing to begin your new chapter. A silk sleep scarf. A warm spoonful of oil each morning. A quiet walk in the late afternoon sun. The beauty journey after 50, not to become someone else, but to come home to yourself. Once you cross 50, beauty stops being something you chase. It starts quietly making its way back to you, if you're still enough to receive it. I once asked a long-time client, her name is Diane, she's 67, why she suddenly decided to change her style after years of sticking with turtlenecks and loose jeans. She smiled and said, I'm not dressing up for compliments anymore. I just want to look in the mirror and genuinely smile at the woman I see. We spend decades trying to meet expectations, to please others. And then, one quiet day, we realize the most precious thing is the chance to return to ourselves. Not to fight time, not to force youth back into our reflection, but to live fully within the age we're in. Castor oil and baking soda, they're just metaphors. Sure, they might make your skin feel a little softer, look a little brighter, but that's not really the point. The real beauty lies in how you care for yourself, why you slow down, and what you choose to bring into your life. Because elegance after 50 doesn't come from luxury serums or 10-step routines. It comes from knowing your body, respecting your energy, understanding what calms your heart, and having the courage to start fresh when needed. Sometimes the most beautiful rituals are simple: a small bottle of oil by your windowsill, a clean towel placed where it belongs, a few quiet morning minutes where your fingers gently trace the lines on your face, not to fix them, but to honor the years behind them. Style isn't just what you wear, it's how you touch your own life. Over the years, I've designed clothing for women from their 30s to their 80s. But there's one thing I always remind my team: we're not here to change them. We're here to help them see themselves under the softest, most loving light. Sometimes that means a plum-colored dress that flatters skin no longer flushed with youthful pinks. Sometimes it's a silk scarf draped gently, not to impress, but to keep something tender close to the heart. And sometimes it's just a quiet morning at the mirror, looking closely at your skin, not to criticize it, but to whisper to yourself, "I'm still here, I'm still breathing, and I still have this brand new day to love." The beauty journey after 50 isn't about becoming someone new. It's about coming back to the woman you've always been. And somewhere in the space between slowness and self-awareness, between aging and self-love, that's where beauty truly blooms. Quiet, deep, and unforgettable. Here's my last piece of advice, coming from a designer who has also crossed the 50-year line. Treat each day like a beautiful dress you're about to slip into. Touch your skin like you'd touch a memory, gently, gratefully, and completely. And choose simplicity, not because you're getting older, but because you finally know what's truly worth keeping. If these words touched something in you, hit that subscribe button to join us here on Bold After 50. We're not here to teach you how to look younger. We're here to walk with you as you rediscover how to live beautifully, live deeply, and live honestly at every age. You don't need to start over. You just need to start with yourself. Thank you for being here. And if you see something beautiful in yourself today, hold on to it. Because true beauty doesn't come from luxury. It comes from the rituals you design to honor your own life. See you in the